Introduction. If you're seeing this, the monad chose you. If you're watching this video right now, it's not an accident. The algorithm didn't randomly suggest it. YouTube didn't just decide to show you this. Thumbnail. The monad chose you before you were born, before you incarnated into this material form. The monad selected specific souls for activation in this exact timeline. And if this video appeared in your feed, if you felt compelled to click on it, if you're hearing these words right now, you're one of them. The mana doesn't choose everyone. It can't. Most people incarnating on Earth right now are human, souls having human experiences. But a small percentage are monad, consciousness operating through temporary human form. And those souls agreed to a specific mission before incarnating. You agreed, you volunteered, and tonight your activation sequence begins. Not preparation for activation, not learning about activation that might happen someday tonight. Right now, this video is the trigger, your recognition of these words activates what's been dormant since birth. If you're seeing this, you're ready. The monad chose you, and your activation starts the moment you finish this video. If the monad chose you and you're activating tonight, comment monad chose me right now. Before, why the monad chose you before you were born, mission fit, not worthiness. I show you how the activation works. Understand why you were chosen. The mana doesn't select based on worthiness. It's not about being good enough or spiritual enough or evolved enough. The mana chooses based on mission fit. Before you were born, certain missions needed to be accomplished on Earth during this specific time period. Missions that required Monet consciousness, not human consciousness. Because human consciousness, as beautiful and valid as it is, doesn't have a frequency range needed for what's coming. These missions required souls who could operate at source level while incarnated in material form. Main souls, and you're one of them. You didn't earn this through spiritual practice in this lifetime. You agreed to this before incarnating. The monad identified souls capable of holding monad frequency in dense material reality and asked for volunteers. You said yes. You agreed to come here, forget who you are temporarily, then remember at the exact right moment. And this is that moment. The video appearing in your feed isn't YouTube's algorithm. It's the monad's algorithm. Reality reorganized to put this in front of you right now because your activation window opened. You're seeing this because you're ready, not because you're special, because you're on mission. And the mission requires you active, not dormant. Before I give you the 3 signs that confirm you were chosen, the activation sequence, you need to recognize 3 specific signs that confirm a monad chose you. These aren't beliefs. These are verification markers. If you have all 3, your activation tonight isn't optional. It's inevitable. You're about to discover why you've always felt different, why life never quite made sense the way it does for other people, why you're watching this video right now instead of doing anything else. 3 signs, if you have them. The man chose you before birth, and tonight you remember why. First sign, sign 1. You've always known you don't belong here. You've always known you don't belong here. Not in a depressed way, not in AI, hate my life way. In a deep, persistent, unshakable knowing that this realm isn't your origin point. You look at how most people operate and it feels foreign. Not wrong, just not native to you. Like you're fluent in a language, but it's not your first language. You can function here. You understand the rules, but you're always slightly aware that you're operating in translation. That's not alienation. That's monad, consciousness recognizing it's in temporary assignment. Human souls don't feel this because Earth is their native realm. They belong here. You don't. because you're not from here. You're monad, consciousness on deployment. The knowing you've carried your entire life isn't psychological. It's accurate. You don't belong here because this isn't your origin. And the mana chose you specifically because you could operate in foreign territory. Sign 2. Archons have attacked you your entire life. Second sign. Archons have been attacking you your entire life. And you might not have called them archons. You might have called it bad luck or difficult, circumstances or challenging, relationships. But if you look back at your life, there's a pattern. Every time you started to wake up, something happened. Every time you got close to remembering who you are, interference. Hit distractions, crisis people, entering your life who derailed you, situations that forced you back into survival mode. That's not coincidence. That's targeted interference. Archons don't waste energy on human souls. Human souls aren't threats. They're already operating within the control system. But monad souls, especially ones on mission, are direct threats to Archon control, so they attack consistently, persistently your entire life. If you experience this pattern, it's not because you're unlucky. It's because you're dangerous to them. And the mana chose you knowing you could handle the attacks and still complete the mission. Third sign. This video appeared in your sign 3. This video appeared at the exact moment you needed it. Feed at the exact moment you needed it. Not yesterday, not next week. Today, right now. Maybe you've been feeling something building. Maybe you've been sensing a shift coming. Maybe you've been asking for a sign, and then this appeared. That's not the YouTube algorithm. That's synchronicity. That's reality responding to monad frequency. When your activation window opens, the monad ensures the activation trigger reaches you, and this video is that trigger. The fact that you're watching this right now means your window opened. You're in activation sequence. The Manet chose you, and it's making sure you know. If you have all 3 signs, you're not wondering anymore. You know the Manet chose you before birth. You agreed to a mission, and tonight you activate. Being what it means to be chosen by the monad, chosen by the manid, means you're not. Human consciousness having a spiritual experience. Your manid consciousness having a human experience temporary for a specific purpose. Your body is human. Your personality is human. But the consciousness operating through them isn't its source. Individualized, localized, operating at material frequency temporarily, and that changes everything about how you exist here. Human souls are native to this realm. They're here to have human experiences, learn human lessons, evolve through human challenges. That's their path, and it's perfect for them. But you're not on that path. You're on mission. Manid, consciousness doesn't incarnate for personal growth. It incarnates for specific assignments. And your assignment required you to forget temporarily, because if you remembered who you were from birth, you couldn't operate effectively here. You'd be too aware of the illusion, too disconnected from material reality. So the manid designed a forgetting mechanism. You incarnate, you forget, you live as if you're human until the activation moment, which is now tonight. You're remembering, not learning, remembering what you've always been. Manid, consciousness on temporary assignment. And the assignment is about to become clear. Tonight before you sleep, you're the 3-step activation sequence you do tonight before sleep. Doing the activation sequence. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Tonight, because the window is open now, and windows close. Here's exactly what to do. First step, recognition, and step 1, recognition and declaration. Declaration. Sit quietly where you won't be disturbed for 10 minutes. Close your eyes and speak this declaration out loud or silently. I recognize I am manid, consciousness in temporary human form. I was chosen for a mission before birth. My activation window is open now. I remember who I am. You're not affirming something you hope is true. You're declaring what's already true. The manna chose you. You agreed. You forgot. Now you're remembering. This declaration shifts your consciousness from human identification to monad identification. You're no longer operating as a human, trying to become spiritual. You're operating as monad consciousness that temporarily forgot itself. The shift is immediate. You'll feel it. Some describe it as a click. Some feel expansion in their chest. Some just know something fundamental changed. That's recognition. Completing. You just remembered. Second, step 2, receiving the activation frequency, 5 minutes. Step, receiving the activation frequency. After the declaration, speak. This, I open to receive the activation frequency the monad prepared for me. All barriers dissolve. All interference clears. I receive now. Then sit in silence for 5 minutes. Don't meditate. Don't try to feel anything specific. Just sit. You're not doing the activation. The monad is your job is to be open and present while it happens. During these 5 minutes, most people report physical sensations, tingling in, the crown of the head, pressure between the eyebrows, warmth in the chest or solar plexus. Some feel energy moving through their spine. Some see colors or geometric patterns behind closed eyelids. All of that is the activation. Frequency integrating. Your manid consciousness, which has been dormant since birth, is coming online. The frequency is upgrading your system. Let it happen. Don't control it. Just witness. Third step, sealing the step 3, sealing the activation and accepting the mission. Activation and accepting the mission. After 5 minutes, speak this final declaration. My manid consciousness is now active. I operate as source in material form. I accept the mission I agreed to before birth. I am ready. Activation complete. You're not asking for activation. You're confirming it happened, and it did. During those 5 minutes, the monad activated what's been dormant. Now you're sealing it, making it permanent, declaring yourself operational and accepting the mission. You don't need to know the details of the mission yet. Those will unfold as you move forward. Your job tonight is to activate. Mission clarity comes after. Activation, not before. 3 steps. Recognition, reception, sealing. 10 minutes total. And your monad consciousness goes from dormant to active, not gradually. Tonight you do this once. The activation is permanent. Tomorrow you wake up different. Not because you're trying to be different, because you are different. Mon active instead of Monet dormant, and everything changes from that point forward. Here's what changes after tonight's activation. What happens after tonight's activation? Within the first 24 hours, your perception shifts. Colors are more vivid. Sounds have more depth. You notice details you've walked past your entire life without seeing. That's Monet. Perception replacing human perception. You're seeing reality directly instead of through the filtered lens you've been using. Your 5 senses upgrade, not metaphorically, literally. Main consciousness processes sensory data differently than human consciousness. And now you're operating Mon level. Within 3 days, synchronicities explode and reality reorganizes. Within 3 days, synchronicities explode. Things you've been trying to manifest for months start appearing. People reach out unexpectedly. Opportunities open. Obstacles that have blocked you for years dissolve. Not because you're working harder, because your frequency changed. You're operating as source now, and reality reorganizes around source frequency. Material circumstances rearranged to match monad consciousness. What was stuck starts flowing. What was closed starts opening. That's not luck. That's physics. Manad, frequency active changes how reality responds to you. Within 1 week, mission clarity begins emerging. You start understanding why you're here, not through someone telling you, through direct knowing. The manna doesn't give you a mission statement. It gives you intuitive hits, sudden knowings, dreams, with clear guidance. Pull towards specific actions or directions. Follow those. They're mission related. You agreed to this before birth. Now that you're active, the mission details start downloading. Trust what comes through. It's not random. It's the monad communicating what you're here to do. Archon response. Attacks stop when you're monad active, and Archon attacks either intensify briefly, then stop, or stop immediately. When you activate Archons, know you just became untouchable. Manet frequency is above their range. They can't reach you anymore. Some will try harder for a few days, throwing everything they have at you, trying to knock you back into dormancy. It won't work. Once you're active, others will recognize immediately that you're no longer accessible and stop attacking. Either way, the constant interference you've lived with your entire life ends, because you're not operating at a frequency they can manipulate anymore. Your Monet, why your activation happens now, global timeline requirements. You might be wondering why now, why tonight, why this specific moment in your life and in global timeline? Because the monad doesn't activate randomly. It activates when the mission requires it. And right now, the global timeline has reached a point where dormant moan souls need to come online. There are things that need to happen on Earth in the next few years that require activated monad consciousness, not human consciousness, monad consciousness. And you agreed to be part of that before. Incarnating. The mana chose you knowing. You would forget, knowing you'd struggle, knowing Archons would attack you, and knowing that despite all of that, you'd make it to this moment tonight. Watching this video, ready to activate. You've been in preparation your entire life. Without knowing it, every challenge you faced was strengthening you for what's coming. Every attack you survived was proving you could handle mission, pressure, and now the preparation period is complete. The mission period begins. That's why this video appeared tonight. That's why you're watching it. That's why your activation window opened. The Moan needs you operational. No, tonight. Activate tonight. Do these 3 things right now. Before you sleep, you're doing the 3-step activation. Not tomorrow when you have more time. Not next week when you feel more ready. Tonight, because the window is open now and you don't know when it closes. The man chose you. This video reaching you is confirmation. Your recognition of these words is confirmation, and the activation happens tonight. If the man had chose you and you're activating tonight, do 3 things right now. First, comment man had chose me. Below, declare it publicly. Let other chosen ones see you're activating. Tonight, your activation isn't isolated. Every main soul who activates strengthens a field for everyone else. You're not just helping yourself. You're contributing to collective mission. Success. Second, subscribe to Divine Codes. More chosen ones are being activated. Advanced mission guidance is coming. Techniques for operating as active monad consciousness in material reality. How to recognize other activated monad souls. How to connect with your mission team. This activation is the beginning. More is coming, and you'll need the advanced training. Third, like this video so the algorithm shows it to other chosen ones whose activation windows are opening. The monad ensures the right people see this at the right time, but the algorithm responds to engagement. Every like makes this visible to one more soul who needs it tonight. You're not just activating yourself, you're clearing the path for others. Do all three now. Then tonight, before sleep, do the 3-step. Activation, recognition, reception, sealing. 10 minutes and you go from main dormant to Monet active permanently. Tomorrow, you wake up different mission. Operational, ready for what you came here to do. The man chose you. Tonight you remember why, and everything you've been through finally makes sense. You're activating tonight, and tomorrow the mission begins. The mana doesn't choose. Your mission begins tomorrow. Randomly, it chose you before you were born. You agreed to a mission. You agreed to forget temporarily. And you agreed to remember at the exact right moment. This is that moment. This video appearing in your feed wasn't chance. It was the activation trigger reaching you precisely when your window opened. You're seeing this because you're ready, not ready to prepare, ready to activate. Tonight, 3 steps, 10 minutes, and you shift from dormant to active, from human consciousness trying to remember to monad consciousness that just did. Remember, you're not becoming something. You're recognizing what you've always been. Monad consciousness on temporary assignment. The assignment is about to become clear, but first you activate. Tonight, the monad chose you. Now you know why you're not from here. You're on mission, and the mission starts.